Hi everyone, happy Saturday, April the 5th, and happy Letter E Day to everyone. Whether you are participating by just joining in on a Facebook group or an Instagram posts and showing off all your goods, or you're doing videos like I am, everyone is welcome. So today for the letter E, as you've probably seen in my title, I'm doing exciting envelopes. I don't know about exciting. They're envelopes, but what my plans are with my envelopes is to make them all handmade and then to include them in my own little envelope type journal, or a journal that has a lot of envelopes that I've made from handmade. So I wanted to show you 3 different designs of envelopes today that are you can do with no tools but scissors, a bone folder if you have one, or just the end of your scissors, a ruler if you'd like. You don't even need the ruler necessarily. And what else? Oh, and glue, and just a bottle of glue, or tape if you have a tape roller or whatever you want to use. Very basic. You don't need to measure anything. You don't need a scoring tool. You don't need a cutting apparatus. I mean, if you have them, that's great. You could use them. Just I want to show you the easiest way possible. So first I want to show you, because I prepared for this video again today, I want to show you the ones I've made already, and then we'll walk through how I did them. So I made the starting of one. I have a large one. It's not glued together because I want to be able to glue this at the end with you so that you could see it better on video, because it's a very large type envelope, and it's the normal, as I say, normal type envelope. I made a teeny tiny one. I haven't glued the other one yet, but a teeny tiny one. I've made one from a 6x6 piece of paper, so you can see how small or large that is, just from a 6x6 piece of paper. I've made one that I used an 8x10, and I cut it down to a, what are 8x10s? 8.5 by 10.5, I think. So it's an 8.5 by 8.5 size. This one was just a random piece that I had a scrap piece of. Might be close to 6x6. It looks similar. Oh, it was pretty close to 6x6. And then this one was another 8x10 that I had, and I just cut off the scrap piece. Okay, so I want to start by, I'll show you how to do that envelope. Pretty easy. Then I will, well, let me think here. I'm going to use a separate one, so just to show you what this one looks like open, because I'll use a large one to begin with. There it is, all open and then easy to close up and glue. Pretty well the glue, you're just gluing under here and here, and then you're putting it down. But this is my hand-dyed paper, coffee-dyed paper. All right, so you're going to get, I'm using 12x12. You do not need 12x12. You can use 8x8, 6x6, 4x4, 3x3. The tinier you get, the harder it is to do. But I'll show you the secrets. Okay, no marks needed, no extra folding needed. All you're going to do is fold the paper. So when you're bringing up to put it like a diamond, bring in the 2 folds. Now you might think, oh, I'll get it uneven, but don't. Just if you line them up so they're tip to tip, just touching tip to tip. Okay, I put my finger right there so it's in place, and I hold it as tight as I can. I take my bone folder and I work from my finger, and I pull out, and it puts a crease here, and then I just crease it. Okay, now the same on the other side. Fingers here, I push it out, and then I crease it. Okay, whoop. under there. So there you have it, tip to tip. I have a little wee gap. My finger must have moved. That's not a problem at all. So now we have kind of a interesting shape, right? So this will be the bottom of your envelope. Now we're going to kind of put it up a little bit. See here, we're going to want a little bit of that. It's going to make a triangle down here, but you're going to want to bring this up a little bit so your tip goes a little over here. It can go up higher if you like it higher. Well, let's go up higher. We'll put it up high like this. Now, as long as your sides are even on these sides, and this looks like it's right in the middle, I mean, you can make it exact if you want exact measurements. That doesn't bother me. Like I said, this is just going into a junk journal. If you want a precise one, yeah, this one's not it for you. I'll make one another day. But here we go. We're going to slide down because we're holding it in place, and we're going to crease. Now, like I said, you can use your scissors instead of a bone folder. Okay, so that's in place. Now, in order to get this, because we want this kind of folded under, I just use my handy dandy ruler, and I put it in here just a smidge above the tips in that V. So there's the tip of the V. I go up just a hair, and then I bring this up, and I just kind of put a little crease there so I know where that is. Then I take that off, and then when I open this up, I see the crease. I just crease the opposite direction. Okay. Bone folder it, bring it back, and there we have it. Okay, that's the bottom part. Now the top part, you can do the same. You can go down further. Oh, this is a pretty stiff paper. The further you go, the shorter it is this way, but that's okay. Maybe you have something you want to put in that's a bit shorter, and you want your envelope a bit shorter. You could do that. Or you could just have it just so it covers to here. So in order to cover just to here, you'll just need maybe a 1/2 inch on each side here. And again, no measuring. You just need to eyeball where it is halfway here. This one's a little bit more tricky because you don't have the sides to line up as much. So if you wanted and more comfortable, you could line up, put a little wee dab here of pens so you kind of know where the halfway point. But I'm just going to eyeball it, and I'm going to again just slide my bone folder up and over some papers. Now you could tell right now I'm a little off because this side's a little shorter, this side's a little longer. It's easy to fix. You could just open it and redo it. I'm not concerned because it's going into my like I said, my journal. My paper also might not be totally square either. I never checked that. So let's see. 8 1/4 inches. Halfway is 4. I'm pretty close. Yeah, I'm probably 1/8 of an inch out. Oh well, that's good for me. So for this one, you'll want to open it back up. You'll want to put a dab of glue in this triangle and glue that down. Okay. Oh, actually, I'm skipping a step. I skipped a step. I apologize. This is okay that it's glued down at first. We want to open this all back up. Now, you'll see these triangles. Here, here, tiny ones here and here. We want to cut those each out on this side of the line. So just barely over the fold line so that you're not going to visually see the fold line, okay? So I'll put it down so you could see better maybe. Just on the other side so we're not going to see the fold line. Oh, wow, did I cut that crooked? And then these ones, of course, are super tiny for me. They might not be as tiny for you. So how's everybody's Saturday going? It's raining here. At least today it's not freezing rain like it was the other day. That's a plus. When it's raining out, I kind of get headaches. So I get pressure headaches. I don't know if anybody has ever heard of those. They're not fun. Boy, I've got the shakes, and I don't even drink coffee. Okay, and one more to go. Now you're saying that's going to be awfully square, Barb. Like, why is it so square, like 90 degrees? Well, I'm going to fix that. Okay, so you might see people say try to round them instead of doing the triangles, but I like to do the triangles first. Then all you have to do is go and kind of go with the tip. Just round the tip. This way is much easier, and then you're less likely to take off too much. So I basically just round. I keep flipping. You don't need to do the ends. You could do the tip if you want for closing it. Hopefully I'm not going too... Now you could also, when you're making these and you find, oh my gosh, I made one and it turned out so perfect, before you glue it, make a template of that. And then you always have it, and you could put it on box boards so you're able to keep it nice. Some of these other ones that I'm going to be doing, you might want to do that. There's 2 more coming up, and you might want to do that. Okay, so now we have the rounded little pieces of corner. We're not going to worry about... Oh, I got it upside down. We're not going to worry about these. They're going to be covered. And on the top, if you like, just to make sure we don't mess it up, I usually just take my corner chomper here and chop that. So I make sure that it looks nice and neat. Not that these don't look neat, but you're not really seeing these very much. So then we glued the tip already, and then you're going to glue here all the way to up to there. You kind of eyeball where the glue goes. Let's do that now. So I see where it goes here, so it's over here. You don't want it squirting out too much, so I just kind of put it about 1/8 of an inch outside of the edge so that it's not going to go into the envelope. I don't like it to go inside. Now this side, I'm just guessing where it was. And then we just fold it in, press and hold for a second. Now, depending on your glue and your weather, you might have to hold it longer. So there we go. That is envelope number 1 done. Look at that. This one, I mean, you've seen the other ones. They're just amazing. Just, that's quick and easy. No measuring involved. It's so crazy to believe. So, I mean, you can find templates. I found some templates online, and you cut them out and then you just fold them and glue them. But that was just as quick to make them that way. Okay, on to the next one. Now for my second envelope, we're going to make one that looks like this when it's open. It'll have side flaps. Then you're able to bring it up, and it'll be just glue here and here only. And you bring it up, and then you just have the little flap. And if you choose like me, you can hole punch or put a designer little punch or nothing at all right there. And you have yourself a little envelope. Okay, so I have that here just as my little template that I haven't put on my box board yet. But here is one I already made out of just scrap paper. And now I'll show you what I'm going to do. Here is my paper that I just printed off. And I'm going to want the good side down, the good side meaning the back of the front of the envelope that you're going to see. Okay, so I'm going to want mine the longest way, so it's taller than wider, but you can do it the opposite way as well. So first step is we're going to fold it up as high as we want our little flap. You can make it tiny, large if you want, and of course depending on how big your paper is. I want it kind of medium size. Okay, so I'm going to line up my sides, make sure it's even, bone folder down and across. So there it is. Now I'm going to, let's see, open it up, and we're going to fold the sides. Yes, I'm going to fold the sides. I'm trying to figure out how I did the top there. And you can do these as wide or as thin as you want. These are a little tricky to get. You might want to use a, if you do have access to a, what do you call that? Scoreboard. You can use a scoreboard, because it's especially if you have thin paper, it's kind of going to go a little wonky, but it doesn't really matter. That's all hidden or getting cut off. Okay, now we're going to do the same on the other side. I'm just going to work this one across so I can get a better fold this time. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to turn it back around, and I'm going to open it back up. Now, if you see here, I've got a cut here and here. So what I'm going to do for there is I'm going to fold it up to here, and then I'm just going to cut a diagonal. Is that what I'm going to do? Sure. I'm going to cut a diagonal here, and I'm going to want it to be the same on the other side. So I just take my little clip, and I'm going to hold it there, and I'm going to cut it the same size as the other side. This will make sense in a minute. When I open it, you'll notice that this doesn't look like this, but we're just going to fix that. We're going to just make it in triangle. There we go. There we go. So that looks the same now as here. So now, oh, we got this bottom part. We don't have bottom. Well, we're going to fix that. We're just going to cut that out. Now make sure to go on the other side of the line of your fold, so you don't have the fold on the top. And same with the bottom, just go on the other side of the fold just a smidge. There's one side. Oh, I got the shakes. Wow, boy. And then on the other side of the line, just barely, so that we cut out the two sides. Now this is even, it's straight, so we need to make a little cut, a little diagonal cut this way, and a little diagonal cut this way. They don't need to match because they're going to be glued anyway. You're not even going to see it. So now this will fold in, this will fold up, and then this will come and fold in as well. But we have to make this a fold. Now, if you wanted to make fancy corners, so I'll just use my corner chomper on these corners, but you could just use your scissors. Whoop, that didn't cut very well. I don't know if that cut very well. This might be too thin of paper. Ooh, that one cut. There we go. So that it's a little bit rounded here. You could do whatever you choose though. But in order for me to get a nice crease across there, I just take my ruler, I lay it across that top ridge of the paper that's on the top, lift this up, crease with my finger a couple of times, and then fold down and use your bone folder. Okay. Then we're going to open it back up, and the only glue we're going to need, the only glue, is a dab of glue down the middle here. Not too close to the edges or you'll be gluing it together. Okay, and then I just take this again, and I glue it and hold it there. All there. I leak some out the side. I'd rather it out the side than in going into the envelope, because into the envelope you're going to get stuck. I got all this stuff on here. So now we can fold that just like we can fold this, and just like this one was. Now you can make it, see here I just rounded the corners a little bit instead of the big triangle. See, I just have the round. It depends what design you're going for. But you can make a sharp one, you can make it tiny, you can make it longer and have an even pointier one. So many different options for these. great little gift card ones. You could just make it a little bit smaller. Just play around with scrap paper with this, and then you'll, and then you'll get the idea of what size you like yourself. Okay, on to the third and last envelope. Be right back. Now we're going to make some coin envelopes. I don't plan to put coins in. You never know, I guess. Once they get into a journal, I might put some coins in. I have no idea. But I'm going to show you how to make these, which they're the same. The only difference is this one I cornered off like the last envelopes I did, and this one I curved. And that's really the only difference. Okay, we'll put those kind of off to the side so we can have them there. Now you can use a large paper if you like, or a smaller paper. I'm going to use the large so that you can see what a different size looks like and you can see it better. Okay, so you can, with this one, you can go this way in this direction so it's taller, a tall thin one, or you can go lengthwise, which I'm going to do for this one, and it'll be a wider one, and that's what I want to do with this one. So all you need to know, is to fold your pages in. So you can fold them like this. I do them usually just at the exact same time. I just even up, make sure they're overlapping at least a little wee bit, like this one, see, about 1/4 of an inch. So I just make sure they're even. Oh wait, there. And I make sure that it's on the paper nice and even. And then this one I make sure it's overlapping, of course, however much you want, and it's even as well with the paper. We can fix it if it's not anyway. And then I hold firmly in place, and again with my bone folder, start in the middle, pull towards the outside and down, and then back down. Same with this one, pull to the other side. I can let go now because I have that crease, and pull and pull. There we go. So we have this. Now if your paper is a little uneven because it's a scrap paper, you could fix this part with scissors. It's not a problem. So the next step is we're going to make the bottom flap. I don't have one of these that I didn't glue together, unfortunately. All the rest I glued together, sadly. I thought I was all set. But all you need to do, depending how wide you want this bottom little flap, there's a little flap on the bottom here. I don't know if you can see it because it's so busy. So you can bring that up however much you want. So if you're wanting it up like me, maybe about 1/2 inch. I'll do 1/2 inch. Now you'll see some of the white paper. I'm not surprised because I printed this paper out. So what I would do would just be to cut that little white spot. So that's what I'll do before I forget. Actually, when I folded it up, it's there, but it's not there when I flatten it. So I'll have to do it this way. Okay. Because that's going to stick out like crazy. It's white, right? All right, let's see what we got here now. So when we fold it up, yeah, you might see a little bit. That's okay. I could ink that with some vintage photo and you wouldn't even notice that. Now, if you like the square edges, you may keep them like that. Or if you want them rounded, you can use your scissors. I'll try with my photo chomper here, my corner chomper, and just round them a little bit with that. There we go, just to have a little roundness on each corner. Now that's just going to get glued down. This is just going to get glued down. Easy peasy, right? Now for the rest of it. Now what I like to do for this part of it is I like to just bring it back however much you're going to want the V. Okay, so if you're wanting it, actually, should I glue it first? I'm trying to think how I would like to do this. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. All right. So we're going to now do how thick we want the lid, this part here that closes. And I'm going to fold it down to be about that much. There. I don't know what that is, but that much. I'm going to fold it down to be that much. Don't worry about these flaps. They're going to go somewhere, so I don't have to cut them. Fold them with my bone folder. Open it back up. Now we're going to open the paper up. I forgot this step. Now we're going to cut the top 2 corners. And we're going to go on the other side, again, of the fold. So we don't see that fold. Oh, 1 second. Sorry, everybody's coming home. Okay, and then on the other side of that one, take that off. And the same with the other corner at the top and on the other side of the crease. Okay? And then pull that out. All right, so we'll switch it around. So now when we close it, oh, I kind of like that vintage edge. I think I'll keep it like that. Now I'm going to have to cut that weight. That's okay. So now we have nothing up here and just the lid. So the lid, you can make a V. You can do what I'll do. I'll just corner chop the lid. I don't know why I'm calling it lid. It's probably called a flat. Okay, now if you wanted these cut here, okay, these are going to be uneven because it is going to be overlapped. So you will have to find your middle spot. That's the tricky part. That's what I had trouble with earlier, was trying to figure out how to get a perfect V. And that's what I struggled with. I don't know if I ever did find out, but what I figured I would do would be to glue it down and then use my punch. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to first of all glue down this part, okay? So that's how much I'm overlapping. Make sure I'm not going over with my glue. I'm just going to glue all the way down, okay? And I'm going to press that in. All right, I got a little bit of glue there. That's all right. Then we're going to glue the bottom. There we go. Up. And remember, you see that little line there? I could either cut that or, oh, that's right. I forgot. There's 2 flaps. So we're going to have to glue those together. Glue that together. All right. That one, you know, I forgot. I bet you. We could, did I do that? I don't know. We could remove that one end. That's what it was. I'm sorry, I forgot that part. We could remove the bottom flap so we're not seeing the white there. So when it was open, you could remove the sides. So when you fold it in, you know how it was double thick? You could remove that. If you don't understand that, just let me know and I'll do a, well, I'll do a second. Actually, I'll show you in a minute. I'll just finish this one off. For those that know what I mean, they don't need to watch this part. Okay, so now I'm going to just take my punch and I'm going to just cut in the middle the hole. Actually, I like that a lot better. There we go. And there we have it. So we have a big coin type envelope, small one, medium sized one. And now I'm going to show you what I meant about that one real quick. So when we are folding it, we had the bottom fold. I'll just randomly fold it. We opened it. We did the, or no, we folded it like this. This is the bottom part, remember? We have it like this, folded. And then when it was open, I should have been cutting off the tops because of the lid part, or the flap. You know how we cut off the top triangles here? We should cut off the bottom ones as well. Okay, so down here should be cut out. Ooh, that was a noisy motorcycle. It's raining outside. I'm surprised to hear a motorcycle, and it's cold. Cold and damp. Here, I'll do the one side so you can see. So there, so when we're folding these, and we fold it up, it's just one layer instead of the 2 thicknesses that I did on the other one. So as you see here, the 2 thicknesses, that's why my paper was white and I had to glue it a second time. I just totally forgot that step. That's where making yourself a template on a spare piece of paper, or one that you're finished and you're like, that turned out perfect. You put it on a piece of box board and then you trace it all out. You write on it, coin envelope, perfect one. And then you use that all the time. So easy. So there we go. I wanted to make sure you knew what I meant on that other one. So I hope you have fun. I hope you enjoyed this and that you maybe learned something. I know most of us know how to make envelopes. I realize that, but I just wanted to have one on my channel, and I wanted to make sure just show you some e-word items. So yeah, so it was great fun having you along, and have a great Sunday. I'll try to get ahead of the game again tomorrow by doing maybe a video Sunday, doing the video for Monday, because yeah, I had a headache and I got behind. So happy weekend, everyone. Happy E-Day, and we'll see you on F-Day on Monday, April the 7th. Have a great weekend, everyone. Bye.